Good afternoon. Today is the 7th of November 2023. It's a Tuesday. I'm in Izmir and it's 12 o'clock lunchtime PM, 12 p.m. in or AM. I don't know. Is it PM? PM. That's how the clock shows. So I wanted to make a video which I made similar to the one I made in Turkish today. Everybody is confused. Everybody is confused because when you look at the YouTube or listen to the media, there is nothing positive on any item that you want to invest in. You say, I want to buy gold. Oh, gold is, it's too high. It will fall. You see, it cannot go past 2000. So, but there is inflation. 25% inflation last 3 years. No, gold cannot go. Americans are not gold buyers. Chinese, Indians, Malaysians, Turkish people, they are gold buyers. Okay, fine. What should I invest in? Equities, stock exchange? That's dangerous. Nasdaq is about to implode and maybe it will fall down by 30% because we are heading recession. So you may buy, but you see, it goes up 2 days, then it falls up 3 days. So falls down 3 days. So what should I invest in? Nobody gives an idea. Okay, not equities, bonds, U.S. government bonds. They are giving 5%. No, that's terrible. People who invested in bonds, thinking they are the secure and heaven, they lost half of their money this year. Bonds just lost value. That's why banks are going bankrupt, because they thought bonds were very secure, government bonds, but because they are giving 5%, they thought it was secure when it was giving 2%, 1%. So they bought it then. Now it's 5%. It's worth half the price. What if it goes up to 8, 9? What you buy now, at 5 will be worthless again. You will lose another 50%. So I should not buy bonds. How about the mortgage? Buying a house at 8% mortgage rate, house prices are just barely starting to go down. Maybe you should wait. Maybe you should wait. It's too expensive. Median house prices went up to 400,000. So, friends, this is exactly the situation today. Nobody is happy where he's investing. Well, it was always unknown. You cannot tell if the stock exchange is going to go up or fall, or gold price may go up and down. But right now, nobody can guess what's going to happen in the 5-6 months time. Just geopolitical problems. Oil is a problem. Some people are saying buy oil, it's going to be $130. Some are saying don't, we are entering recession. It will fall down to $50. So basically, you must have a strategy. Otherwise, there is nothing else left, but you can just consume the money you are, and that may be even worse. And if you put it in a bank account, which gives you 1%, 2%, or how about short-term money funds? Like I can make 3-4%. Inflation is 6, 7, 8%. Maybe you are seeing 250, but it's not the truth. Just today, I checked from a friend's site that his insurance policy went up by 19%. So 20% almost. So what's 2.5% has to do? So maybe you should invest into insurance. So nobody knows, nobody trusts the given inflation numbers, not in the negative sense. Nobody thinks the inflation numbers are announced high. Everybody thinks they are, introduced very, very low. So shadow stats are checking based on the old calculation of the inflation basket. They are saying just multiply by 2, whatever this BLS says. Okay, so in any case, if you are investing in something that's giving 1 or 2%, that means you are a loser to begin with. So you may make some money compared to gold or let's say equities. At least you are not losing money, but that's not investing. That's, you cannot invest like that. That's very short term. And then when will you be sure? 2 months later, will you be sure what to invest in? Next year, yesterday, this coming year, yesterday, we will have had our the elections in the United States. Biden will be president if he's nominated. He may not even be nominated, accordingly. And opposition, Trump, we don't know whether he'll be nominated or not. He has too many legal issues and fighting with the court people. So we may end up seeing two young guys, competing. Young guys, U.S., it must be like Uncle Sam, very, very old. How can you leave the world's leading country in the hands of someone that's under 80 years old, So, unfortunately, everything is getting rejuvenated except politics, because nobody wants to leave their chairs unless they have to, once they are not elected. So I feel very sorry for this, for all countries. Even if you're applying for a job, if you're over 45, 50, people are saying, oh, you're too old for this job. And then, but nobody is old enough to become a president or a minister or what, Senate member. You can freeze sometimes like this. You're still okay, it doesn't matter whether you are a walking zombie, you can still run for political positions, Will you be going to a surgeon that's going to operate you at that age? Then why are you handing the country to someone at that age, So anyway, I don't want to sound politics anyone. I didn't say Democrats or Republicans. I just said both of them should revolutionize, their nominees. Otherwise, you have nowhere to go. Oh, okay. Leaders may not be so important because they have the staff that they chose, but staff is almost disappearing. I didn't see anyone from Biden's staff to come forward and say, okay, this person is going to replace him when he goes out. None. I didn't see anyone shined like that, Anyway, so this is the situation. We are heading to US elections just 1 year, less than 1 year later. And recession, we can hear the sounds of recession, barely. Just last month, 150,000 new employments when it's expected by 180,000. That was a huge miss. So, but that's why Mr. Jerome Powell will exhibit twice this week. Maybe he can convince that hawkish is hawkish and maybe not. So that's even confusing the markets even more, because they are just saying, okay, now let's fly. They say, oh, no, he's hawkish again. He can increase it. Well, he's going to break it. It doesn't matter. He can break it. He's not going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it. So he can go ahead and break it. So everybody is saying they may break it, so they don't care. Another 25 basis points, 50 basis points. Why not? So everybody's just looking daily into investment, which is not the investment. This is speculation. If you're really investing, you must be like Warren Buffett, but you don't have so much money. Like he's sitting on a big pile of cash, 130 something billion dollars cash. He's not invested. He's just waiting for an opportunity. Maybe he's, of course, getting a daily 1 or 2% in the money funds, but that's all. So he's looking to get 20, 30, 40%. And where you get it, the cash has only one value. If things fall during recession, you can buy them cheap if you have enough cash. You can get a loan, but lending will be very expensive. And banks are not going to be willing to give you any loans when things are in recession stage. So they're going to say, this guy's going to fail anyway. There's recession. So why do I lend him money? So it will be very hard to lend. So lend money, not soft lending, hard lending. I'm thinking lending money and receiving money from a bank. So everybody should be try to be close to cash, but you don't have to be not invested. You must have money funds, and gold is one thing. Okay, gold may fluctuate, but it's known to be the best performer during recession. Why, when everything stops and there's recession, why would people buy gold? At higher prices? Gold is not a safe haven in that sense. Gold is a safe haven because gold knows once there is this recession, if it's going to last a year and a half after elections, because elections is a guarantee that you may ward off recession, because no president will run for presidency if there is a recession felt by the public. Okay, he will lose, definitely lose. The government presidents can accept, or hardly accept inflation. Recession, deflation, they will never accept to go to elections like that. So inflation for them is better than recession, because you cannot ask for votes of people losing jobs. You can at least ask for their votes when their purchasing power is down, and you can always tell them, I'm going to increase your salaries more. So next year you'll receive big paychecks. But if a guy has lost his job, he won't believe that you're going to provide him a job, next week. So this is dangerous. So uh, I expect in the US, and of course that will have implications worldwide, that sort of 50-50 recession on, recession off environment for the coming 5 to 6 months. And soft landing or hard landing. Even if there is a recession, like Germany is already in recession, Canada is already stepped into recession with 1 quarter of negative growth. Germany is in big trouble. They are there. Europe is in big trouble, because if Germany is in big trouble, Europe is in big trouble, because it consists of the most part of the European economy is Germany. So Japan, they have their own problems. Japanese women cannot invest. They can invest in US at 5%, because Japanese bonds are not giving them anything. But everybody understood that in a 7-8% inflation, if you get 5%, that's a sure loss. So bonds, I would stay away, because they had a traditional portfolio, invest 60% in equities, which is stocks, 40% in government bonds. That crashed this year, because both of them crashed, and bonds crashed even more when they were expecting better results from government bonds. So there is a big sell-off worldwide. Nobody wants to get US dollars. So what can we do? Create some wars around so people's attention is taken away from this? I don't think it may help. We'll see. But my position is, I would just make a basket of investments based on what you believe is the best performer. You can have some gold or a lot of gold. You can have some equities, some bonds or mutual funds based on bonds, some in commodities like oil, ETFs, or in Turkey we have what we call fond, which is mutual funds. You can invest, just diversify as much as you can. So as a result of diversification, you will not earn the top price, but you will get the mid price definitely. Okay, so if you're running for the top price, don't form a basket. That's wrong strategy. Like, if I'm in a race, I want to make the most out of my money within the next month, next year, or next day, I should invest in only one group that it's either win or lose. Okay, but if you are not in that kind of a competition or race, why try to get the best? What's wrong with the 90%, 80% profit of the best? Or 70%? It's better than. But also, you shouldn't be scared and just going to the guaranteed, bond rate or bank rate, and that's a definite loss. So it's better to try your chances, maybe, huh? Depends on your personality. So that's why it's not advised by influencers. Even don't even get influenced by people who are authorized to give you investment ideas. I don't think they know what they are saying as well. They just have a certificate, okay, that tells them they had enough education, but that doesn't tell them that they know the future or the next month or the next year. Nobody does. So don't rely on even people who are qualified, to give you advice. So, but you can always take advice in the form of make a basket of what you can stand. Because, like, if gold, for example, everybody knows I like gold. If gold falls from $2006 to 1970, 1840, these numbers are possible because US dollar may be valued again if the hawkish person talks and says we're going to increase the rates by 2%. That's possible, but that's a short-term loss. In the long run, I make huge amounts of money. I will buy cheap if I trust the commodity, if I trust an equity, if I trust the company name, and make sure, and to trust, you should really have good reasons, like electric cars. That's good, but everybody's investing in artificial intelligence because the prices went up, electric cars, and green energy. And this year they performed the worst, So they are not the investment of today. And in electric cars, EVs, there is biggest competition. They are all losing money, In fact, people are reviewing me. We should maybe sell back our electric vehicles in the USA. I know I'm following all the articles. It's very bad in the electric car industry. And it's not the problem, is not the electric vehicles, It's the funding, how you pay for it. At 8% for the house, you pay very high percentage to buy a car, and battery replacement, life things. And it's, minds are all mixed up about electric cars, even though they are selling about, 1 in 5 cars. People are not buying with confidence because 5 years later, will it have a second? Because I saw many cars which are hybrid. Nobody wants to even touch with a 10-foot pole, because renewing the hybrid system costs more than buying a regular engine machine, internal combustion car. So that's why you should not just jump into one idea because it sounds very good, very futuristic. Just, choose what's reliable. Wait another 3-4 years. Let all the stations put in electric chargers and houses. There is enough electricity to charge them during winter time. During summertime, under very hot weather, performance drops very high. So same in green energy. There is we don't know how green they are, but their investment became too expensive, and there are no. I just mentioned a few videos ago the World Energy Institute, head of World Energy Institute, a Turkish guy, said there is 3 years of supply, of these ventilators, big, huge ventilators, okay, producing energy, wind energy. He said they cannot install them because there are no lines to transfer the electricity that these can produce. So some things are running fast, some things are staying slow, and you are not investing in that. You cannot wait 6 years, 7 years before things start correcting itself. So I advise everybody, like in the title, what do I do? Make a basket, okay? If you're not sure what you are doing, make a basket of different things. Put a, a basket doesn't mean everything should be 10, 10, 10, 10%, 20, 20, 20%. If you like something more than others, just put it 40%. Put equities or gold 40%. Put the bonds 40%. It's up to you, because you are the one who's going to take the risk, the gain, and the loss. So I hope all of you enjoyed this video, because you are not the only one that's mixed up. Okay, everybody is mixed up. Even professionals don't know what to do. Look at Warren Buffett. He's sitting on cash. He doesn't know what to do now. Okay, see you all again. Bye bye.